That was at a period of time when China's media landscape was starting to open up a little bit. It was what Americans in basketball call a head fake. Web 1 was what sort of how I caught the bug of the internet to begin with. And that's actually where I met Yat, who is the co-founder of Animoca Brands.
Yeah.
And so we became friends in the late 90s in our journey to trying to build cool stuff on the internet and convince the world that the internet was going to be a thing. And luckily, lots of other people were engaged in that too, so it wasn't up to us. And then I spent a decade in traditional media, as I think I mentioned to you earlier, and this was my second startup, which I did with a couple of friends, and we rolled up ad-supported media assets, predominantly in China. So magazines, TV, outdoor, a little bit of radio. And that was at a period of time when China's media landscape was starting to open up a little bit. It was what Americans in basketball call a head fake. So it was a lot of lip service towards opening, which attracted a lot of foreign investment, and then ultimately the door closed shut again a few years later. But we were in a little bit of a golden period when particularly licensed foreign content was very attractive in China. So I was involved in launching foreign magazine titles. Some, you might be familiar with here in the UK, like Top Gear or like Digital Camera and these kind of T3, etc. Consumer magazines. And then also really focused on the idea of consolidating ad buying power across lots of different media platforms, because this was at a period when the Chinese consumer spending was skyrocketing in the early 2000s. So I think we did that quite successfully for a period. And after I sold that business or exited my position in the business, that's when Yat and I started talking about the gaming business. Because to me, I had played video games, but I'd never been in the industry. With the advent of mobile, video games became a really interesting media to me because it kind of represented the culmination of kind of all the bits and pieces that I'd done before. Because I started out my career in telecoms, and mobile is that, obviously, but also games are entertainment, they're advertising, they're media, they're internet. There's lots of different things going on in a single product, and that really intrigued me. And so we built mobile free-to-play video games for many years, and then as we were looking for new technologies to kind of spur our growth in the mobile game business, we discovered blockchain in 2017.
And the rest is history.
Well, we're still rewriting the history to make ourselves look good, but yes.